Italian designers Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana, who are against same-sex marriage yet ironically are openly gay, took their counterintuitive rhetoric to the next level this past weekend. What's up and welcome to Everyday Law. I'm your host Corlendos, and this is the show that explains the legal side of the stuff you're already talking about, so you can sound smarter when you're arguing with your friends. In a recent interview, Dolce called children born from IVF, or in vitro fertilization, children of chemistry. Now, seeing that chemistry is just a branch of science that deals with matter and atoms and the stuff that makes up matter, then we're all pretty much children of chemistry, Dolce. But he even went as far as calling them synthetic children and saying that a woman who serves as a surrogate is nothing more than a rented uterus. Now, I'm talking about this story for two reasons. Number one, because third-party reproduction is a big part of my personal legal practice. And two, because Dolce resorted to the most tired, worn-out excuse for ignorant statements in the history of America: free speech. I'll tackle free speech first. Now, free speech is not free. Most Americans know they have rights of free speech, but they don't know what that means. Now, side note, I'm pretty sure that old First Amendment Dolce is an Italian citizen anyway, for whatever that's worth. But anytime someone insults another person, you hear the phrase free speech. Well, that ain't free speech. The place where this gets confusing is that people think that free speech is protected between citizens, but it's only a protection against an oppressive government. Now, the free speech right is a prevention on the government restricting you from free speech. Here's the general rule. No citizen can be banned by the government from certain types of expressions unless the government can show that they have a compelling interest in the ban. So in essence, while the First Amendment protects your speech from government oppression, it does not protect you from the consequences of speaking freely or stupidly. Is that even a word? Well, anyway, let's say that you say something negative about your employer on Facebook and it's against company policy and your employer finds out. You get punished at work, and if you try to claim free speech, you're likely to lose that argument. Why? Because free speech rights do not protect you from consequences.
Consequences.
Enough about free speech already. Let's talk about another constitutional right, the right to procreate. Yes, it's in the Constitution. Well, at least implicitly, or so says the Supreme Court. Like I said, reproductive law is a huge part of my legal practice, and shout out to my mentors and senior partners of the firm that I work at, Andy Vorzimer and Dean Masserman. Not only have these guys been doing this for over 25 years, but they actually helped write the law in California in this area. Now, through my practice of law, I've seen firsthand the joy and sense of fulfillment that couples experience when IVF or egg donation or surrogacy makes their dreams of parenthood come true. And people choose these procedures and sometimes spend their life's savings trying to form a family, and the process is not as simple as Dolce makes it sound, just picking some semen and renting a uterus. It's actually an emotional ride that often is taken after attempts at adoption have even failed. And I've even seen intended parents choose less attractive donors simply because they want the child to look like the intended parent. The point is, these families would give anything to be able to form a family on their own, but for various reasons, this hasn't been possible for them. Now, maybe the mother had ovarian cancer, or maybe the father died in combat and left instructions to his childless wife to carry on his lineage even if he didn't make it back from war. Now, these aren't anecdotes I'm talking about. These are the stories of the people who I work with on a daily basis. So why should we deny these people the option of forming a family just because they need medical assistance to do so? The way I see it, the only thing that's synthetic in this whole story is Dolce & Gabbana's clothing line, and probably most of the models who are wearing them on the runways. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and remember, subscribe here for more everyday law.